This is real love. How many of us we have this kind of CV before God? It's power time. It's going to be from glory to glory. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. I was reading the CV of Job, his credentials. I was reading his criteria, the things that made God said to the devil, have you seen my servant Job? I will show you. I was shaking as I read it and I read it. Job chapter 31 verse 1 to 10 NLT. Hear this. Job's love earned himself that trust. He said, look at this. This is Job speaking. I have made a covenant with my eyes not to look with lust at a young woman. Go on. I'm showing you his CV. For what has God above chosen for us? What is our inheritance from the Almighty on high? He says, isn't it calamity for the wicked and the misfortune for those who do evil? Verse 4. Doesn't he see everything I do and every step I take? Doesn't he see it? Have I lied to anyone or deceived anyone? Let God weigh me on the scales of injustice, for he knows my integrity. He says again, if I have strayed from his pathway, or if my heart has lusted for what my eyes have seen, or if I am guilty of any other sin, he says, then let someone else eat the crops I have planted. Let all that I have planted be uprooted. This is a man presenting who he is to everyone. Let God weigh me. My love for God is not because of what he gave to me. This is who I am. My integrity is still intact. He said, if my heart has been seduced by a woman, and if I have lusted for my neighbor's wife, he said, then let my wife belong to another man. Let other men sleep with her. This is a man who has undying love for God. So his love was on the increase that he made a covenant. And no matter whether good or bad, I will stay with my love for God. My integrity will not shift. This is real love. How many of us we have this kind of CV before God? That is love. We living in a time where anybody can do anything and say, I still love God. What? If a man can stand this way and say, if I lost with my eyes lost with another man's wife, not that I slept with the woman already, but if I lost with her after her, let somebody sleep with my own. That is how powerful covenant is. You are serving God on a shallow. You are saying you love him. What is the proof? I said, me. I was reading this place. God opened my say, read that place. My mind was shaking. If God weigh every one of us, we will be found wanting on these things that Job said. If I have blessing, let the things that my business, let it crumble. Child of God, like I said, our heart is very important. What you do with your heart is very important. And that is what God will judge that day. The Bible said, when the secret of all men shall be revealed, your secret, your love for God will be revealed that day. And every man will receive his reward. I said to myself, how many will stand and say this thing like Job? He was a man of integrity. He earned his trust because of his love for God. That is why I could see in Job chapter 1 verse 1, God, the Bible was saying, there was a man, there once was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete what? Integrity. He feared God and stayed away from what? Evil. Some Christians are the one calling evil. They are not staying, they are just calling it. You need grace like this man, that you can entrust from God. That is where God is looking at. Everything we do will be weighed on the scale of God. If your love must be on the increase, this thing must be happening. You must strive to entrust from Elohim. Paul said, we are not commended because men commend us. We are glad when God commends us. Because you can commend me now and say, oh, Pastor Steve is this and that. And before God, he's saying no. Only God can search the heart of man. Fearfully and wonderfully made.